Merry Christmas, everyone. That's right. It's the best time of year once more, and the first Christmas special on this channel, which is just the video having Christmas music in the background and me wearing a stupid PNG of a Christmas hat. But that's besides the point. It's about the spirit. It's the spirit of Christmas, and that's what matters most. Being in that jolly good mood with your family, or random strangers on the internet you don't know personally. Anyways, today we're going to be looking at the 1000 Toys Re-Edit Master Chief Deluxe from Halo Infinite. That's right, we're not going to be looking at a high figure this month. Mainly because the figure I wanted to review this month hasn't even come in yet. So we're going to be switching it up a bit. Unfortunately, I don't have a box to do an unboxing. My room used to be pretty messy and the box got destroyed. So you'll have to settle with me taking him and all of his accessories out of the plastic casing instead. I should also take the time to tell you, yes, I am a Halo fan, if it wasn't obvious. And I'll tell you right now, Halo Reach was the last real Halo game. 343 can go shove it. But I do gotta give 343 some credit. This is the best cheap design ever. Yeah, I said it. Not my personal favorite cheap design though. My actual favorite would be the Halo Legends / Forward Unto Dawn Master Chief. So yeah, similarities. Mark V is directly behind them though. It's a shame Halo Infinite was such a mess. Once again, being devil's advocate for 343, they made a sexy looking game. The music, sound effects, art style, gunplay, it was amazing. It's just that everything behind that was rough. But we're hopefully moving on to better times. Campaign Evolved has been controversial, to say the least. But I'll say it, once again, I'm interested. I'm invested. There is clearly still more work to be done to hopefully appease every side of the fan base, though. But this isn't a game review, this is a figure review, so let's talk about the figure. Let's get this straight. This figure looks amazing. Chief here is packed with details. So much that I'm not sure if the figure is hand sculpted. Who knows? It looks like it could have been poured.
Die-cast construction. It's a lost art.
Speaking of die-cast construction, this figure has a fun weight to him. He's not full of die-cast, but you can feel where some is. Like the knee pads are fully die-cast, and the bottom of the feet are as well. Those help him stand, of course. But besides that, I can't find any more. But he could have more internally. And yet, another detail that makes this Chief design top tier is the proportions. I'm pretty sure on this figure, they were going for more of a stylized version. It's got more anime proportions than I think the actual game model has. He's got longer legs, a shorter torso, and his arms, his shoulders are a bit more broad, and his hands are a bit smaller. But these are this is really tiny differences from the actual in-game model, so it doesn't bother me in the slightest at all. I mean, just look at them. They're almost nearly identical. And lastly, the paint is probably not what people fully want, I'd assume. It's pretty bland. In-game, Chief is covered in battle damage from his little tussle with Atriox at the beginning of the game. So it's a little underwhelming that the figure here is perfectly clean of battle damage. Every other painted detail is spot on, except for battle damage. The only hint of battle decay I can find is a little decal on his chest, right under the 117. And I guess the paint chipping on his knee pad from my cat knocking him off the shelf. It feels like a really simple fix. I mean, all you would really have to do is just apply a bit of dry brushing or maybe air coating. I can see someone like a talented figure painter going into this and modding it themselves and making it look way better than it does now. But in battle, what he lacks in battle damage, he makes up for in this visor. This looks amazing. It's a clear orange piece put over a solid orange piece, just to get that little tiny visor effect. It's such a subtle detail, but it goes a long way. Just shows that you can't have a solid chrome visor. It just doesn't work. So yeah, in summary, besides the shortcomings of the painting, the rest of the figure makes up for it in awesome sculpting and a stark contrast from last review. This figure has a lot of accessories, so the quicker we cover these, the better, the faster we can get along with the video. Starting with the MA40 assault rifle and the CQS-48 Bulldog shotgun. Have very similar traits to the actual figure. The sculpting here is spot on, did accurate representation from the game, but the painting is still a little lackluster. Then again, they're kind of still small, considering that. Even the MA40 has the little ammo counter, even though it's just a solid blue thing. It's a neat thing how it's here. And just a quick note about all these weapons, besides one, they can attach to Chief. As you can see, both the Bulldog and the assault rifle have these little pegs, and you take them and you can plug them into Master Chief's back. There were little plastic pieces that covered up these caps. I lost them, and I don't really care to find them again, so I recommend just leaving them off if you're gonna use them. But if you're not gonna use them, yeah, keep on the little plastic pieces. And anyways, yeah, they just attach directly into his back, and boom, weapon storage. Same thing goes with the shock rifle. This is a deluxe exclusive, which means that it only comes with this version of the figure. There are two types of versions of this figure. With the normal version, which has the assault rifle, the Bulldog, and a normal energy sword, while the deluxe edition has the shock rifle and also the Blood Blade version of the energy sword. Quick spark notes on the Blood Blade. Its painting and sculpting here is once again top notch. Makes me kind of wonder what this Blood Blade would look like with clear plastic, but I think the solid plastic does a good job right now. This sword cannot plug into Chief. You can't plug him in normally. So all he can do is hold the sword. But for the shock rifle, once again, still lacking a lot of paint. In fact, it's lacking a lot of paint. Like, there should be a lot more red here. Red painted pieces, but it's just a gray mess. It's kind of disappointing. Also, this gun is huge, and it looks huge connected to Master Chief's back, as you can see the way you attach it to Chief's back. He also has these little pegs on the sides of his hips where you can place the guns into, but I recommend keeping the shock rifle on his back. And to hold all these weapons, you got the various hands. You got fisted hands, you got neutral hands, you got gun grip hands, quick ADR in. For some reason, I have 3 trigger finger hands. I don't know if that's normal. I don't know if this is supposed to be a replacement or justify the reason for me not having a second neutral. I just realized this on the day. You also got sword grip hands, and you got saluting hands. It's finally a nice refresher to have accessories with the figure, which is kind of sad for me to say. Although one thing I think Chief could have used is maybe a stand. It's not like the figure has trouble standing up. It's just that if you have a really flimsy shelf, he could fall over pretty easily. And as you saw, if he falls over, he's got a high chance he could paint chip, and that's never good. So that about wraps up accessories, so let's move on to... now for articulation. Starting at the head, he has an extender head, so you can have him with more of a hunched neck, or you can have him and you can extend his neck. Careful, that ball joint can't pop off too. This is the way I prefer to have his head. When you extend his head, you get a full 360. You can look up about that far because of the neck piece in the back. Look down about that far, and can't really pivot his head though. His neck joint can move that much forward. His neck joint, I believe, is also a ball joint, so it's a double ball joint. Coming to the torso, he's got one joint right here that can move back that far, crunch that far, tilt,
about that much. Not much swivel. The second joint in the middle, you can kind of see what it is. Allows him to have a crazy crunch. You can see the way this was engineered in the back. That's some genius engineering. And not much of an arcing back. Not much of an arcing back. Tilts. Still tilts about the same. These hip pieces can move up a little bit to make way for the legs to move. And as you can see, that is kind of scary. His legs could probably go further, but these are really thin and are made of plastic, and I don't want to stress them breaking, so be careful with that. This is just on a swivel, so I can go back that far. And you saw how far it could go up. There's a twist here. Maybe you can do a full 360 if you're careful enough. Can move out that far. So that's a spread. So at the knee, it's got a double jointed knee. So that's real nice. And as you can see, that the knee pad can move freely. So it's about a separate inch. At the foot, you got that crazy ankle. It's got toe bend up there, and he can move back with another little piece in the back, making space for his heel. That's also made of plastic, and it's a little scary. I know it's meant to do that, but not worth the risk, in my book. And with that much of a pivot. And a crazy anti-pivot. Coming to this arm. So coming to the arms, he can move out about that far with his shoulder pad moving out of the way, which would be neat if it's, not that. It was a little bit more tight. His arm can pretty much do a full 360. You can actually shift his arm up to have his arms more up, or you can shift them down, like so. We got a double jointed, just barely double jointed elbow. A barely double jointed elbow. You can see where the second joint is. It's got a weird arm. Okay, you see rotation there, 2. And then the hands, it's a ball joint. His arm can move out like this too. And in fact, on this arm, it's way too damn loose. That doesn't want to go. You can kind of get an idea. Shoulder pad's loose and that part's loose, so it gets really annoying when it comes to posing.
So first things first, the articulation here is great, but as you saw, some of the joints are inconsistent. Some are too loose, and some can be scary to move because they're either stiff or they're colliding with what feels like really fragile pieces. My piece of advice is to take it slow when articulating the figure and have patience. Keep those things in mind and you'll have a great time. Anyways, let's move on to...
Here he is compared to the Hyatt Toys Evolved Godzilla. Here he is compared to the knockoff Figma Doomslayer. They're actually kind of in scale, I'm pretty sure. Here he is compared to a Master Chief controller holder. And here he is compared to the Halo Nerf MA40. Now that's a weapon Chief needs.
Final rating. So after all of that, what are my thoughts? In short, this is a must-have for any Halo fan. But to a casual consumer, it's a trickier story. But at the end of the day, I still think it's a worthwhile purchase, if you can find one. Yeah, it's kind of hard to find these figures because I don't think 1000 Toys is making this sculpt anymore. Orders are closed on their website, and it's currently unavailable anywhere else I can find. your only option would be eBay, but you know how that is. Hopefully someday another toy company, preferably an Easter toy company, can grace us with a fully painted, detailed, and articulated Master Chief once more. Maybe someone like Figma could take up the rights. That'd be cool. I know they're currently working on a Doom the Dark Ages Doomslayer, so they're clearly into that genre. It's not off the table. But until a day like that comes, I guess you're gonna have to settle for Jazzwares. Ugh. Anyways, I'll give this figure a 7 out of 10. Yeah, I'm gonna start using 10 as a metric now. It makes my life easier and makes your life easier too. And with that, we've come to an end of another toy review. And subsequently the end of a month, aka the end of the year. I know I didn't really upload this much this year, especially to this channel, but I way prefer the way I'm making videos now compared to the bad mic days. And I guess y'all prefer it too, since you guys have carried me to 100 subscribers. We actually freaking made it. I can noodle on this more. It's still kind of surreal. I know it's just a number, but it means something. It's a number that means something to me. It means this entire channel's existence. I would not continue making this channel if this channel just did not grow at all. If it was at least growing a little bit, day by day, I still have an excuse to keep doing this. So once again, thank you guys so much. Okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm sure you want to see another video by now, so remember, like what you like, hate what you hate, just don't be a jerk about it. Merry Christmas, you filthy animals, and Happy New Year. See ya.